Hello and welcome to Squid Pro Quo, a Squid Game podcast where there are only 3 rules. 1, a player is not allowed to stop podcasting. 2, a player who refuses to podcast will be eliminated. And 3, the podcast will be terminated if the majority agrees. I'm Sean.
And I'm Mike.
We're the Squid
Boys. Oh, dude, we nailed that one.
As always, I was counting out to the wall. I was, 1.
Oh,
2.
yeah, absolutely. I did that too. I almost forgot actually, but then I made I got the finger up just in time for the 1.
I'm
just
glad because if you didn't, I think we would have had to stop right now.
Yeah, I agree. Also, I
That
want
would
to
have been
say
like some trust broken.
Tara is in the room for this episode, so if you guys hear some TikTok stuff in the background, that's why.
Ooh.
She just said,
Or
"Oh
any-
shit."
Any interjections about plot points?
Yeah, Tara's never seen a Squid Game in her life, so if she does say anything, I probably won't add it.
A Squid Game.
A Squid Game,
Not
even
the
one.
show, but like a singular Squid Game.
Not even seen one, which is crazy to think about. Imagine that, you guys, not seen a Squid Game ever.
This is normally the part of the podcast where we would talk about what you guys have been saying in the Discord. We're going to save that for next week because there's like a lot to go over this week. So, and you guys talked a lot in the Discord these last 2 weeks, so there's a lot to talk about. But
yeah, we apologize for the absence last week as well because,
yes, that's on me.
It was the Christmas season and,
No, you can tell them the truth.
Sean tried to do it and I told him no.
No, don't do that. Let's tell them tell them the truth.
Sean told me he didn't want to do it before waking up on Christmas morning early, and then he stayed up till 4 a.m. anyway.
That's what happened. And yeah. I felt like I felt like shit the next day, not like because oh man, I really let Mike down. I just physically it was such a mistake.
Yeah, I mean you didn't really let me down.
I think I let you down.
You're right.
As your
Squid Pro Quo puts dinner on the table, and Tara and I have starved. We've toiled on our belly like worms all week just to get a smackerel of food because Sean wouldn't do the Squid Game podcast with me.
Well, as your Gonbu,
we are Gonbu.
I feel like I let you down.
Yeah, Gonbu was supposed to share everything, dude.
Yeah, and I did not share everything with you that day.
Can't believe you non-booed me. You know what I mean? Non-booed. I like how we're like, we're not going to read your Discord messages because we want to get in the episode, and then I'm over here making non-boo puns. Anyway, let's get into this episode.
I was going to say, I think our riffing at the front is okay. It's just not spending 20 minutes.
It's more important than what the people say?
I think the riffing is going to go for less time than the discussion of what's going on in the Discord would be because people kind of popped off over the last 2 weeks, and we have very involved listeners. We're saying some stuff. And I think you and I aren't funny enough to carry a bit longer than it would be us talking about what they said.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
Fair enough. Yeah. Basically, Jip, he's saying fuck you.
I am saying fuck you, Jip. You lost the random race.
Oh, wow.
That's mean. That's really mean. That's really mean. But you know what? I will say, I saw this and I wanted to read it. And so I'm going to find it again really quickly. Just from well, they changed their name to Ignis's Tramp Stamp.
Okay.
But Risa, who is Gladio, I'm not going to read their full message, but I just wanted to say, I'm listening to Sunday's podcast. Sorry, Mike. I was losing my shit at Sean's bit, not you steamrolling it. I win.
That's a dumb bit. Anyway,
I win.
This is the finale episode of the first season of Squid Game. And it is titled One Lucky Day.
Yeah, lucky.
Would you say this episode is a lucky day for anybody?
Well, I guess it depends on the kind of person you are.
That's true.
I think for Gihan, this is not a lucky day.
No. Well, I mean, it could be worse. Anyway, we start the episode. We start the yeah. He could be dead. That would be worse.
I think he'd prefer it at this point.
I don't know. We'll see where we're at the end of it. But
okay,
this episode starts with It's funny. The cold open's kind of less arty than the whole rest of the show was. It's just kind of like a like a showdown cold open, like, oh, the Gihan versus Sangwoo tonight. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. Like, almost like a boxing like showdown. And there's a coin flip. I don't think that's part of the cold open. But anyway, they're gonna play Squid Game, obviously. Duh. When we were kids, we would play like this, and our moms would call us in for dinner, but no one calls us anymore. That's the quote.
I did not expect them to jump into Squid Game so quickly. When I watched this episode the first time, I was like, all right, this is the final game. And like, they get through that game real quick.
It's real quick, and it's a little cliche, wouldn't you say?
You think it was cliche?
I think it's a little cliche. I don't
know.
Well, we'll talk about it. So anyway, the one move I do like is at the beginning, they're still in their tuxes, which is classy. And Gihan grabs a handful of sand while he's tying his shoe, which is a 5-head maneuver, and just
top level play.
Blast Sangwoo in the face with it, right?
Yeah.
And so he can complete the secret inspector, or as I like to call it, the Inspector Royale, where you can cross the neck of the squid. My question for you here, Sean, is because he crossed the neck of the squid, he doesn't have to hop on one foot anymore. While Sangwoo's recovering, why doesn't he just go touch the head of the squid and win?
Would that win?
Yeah, that'd be.
Or would it then
win?
Switch over to the other? I don't know, dude. Maybe he's fucking into it.
I guess that's true. I guess I don't know what happens after someone touches it. Do they like switch sides?
I kind of got the feeling that
someone had to die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think it was a like. And you know what? Also, part of it could have been he was kind of fueled by rage over the
he
death
was pretty mad
of I can't think of her name right now.
Saibyuk.
Yes, I thought about it right when you said it.
Yeah, sure you did. Anyway, he they have some words, and he's just like, why'd you have to kill her? Like, and he's like, she would have died on her own, and they have that argument, that Sangwoo's always willing to do what needs to get done, and Gihan's just too sentimental, and they have that little argument, and then they start beating each other up. It's pretty violent.
It's shot pretty well.
It's shot pretty well. Lots of visceral punches and headbutts and things like that.
And it's not pretty.
No.
I mean, it's kind of pretty because they got the rain coming down, and like the things happening around the fight are visually appealing, but the actual fight, it's not like a badass punch, block, like,
right.
It's not like Captain America fighting Iron Man, it's like this really messy and realistic fight where they're just like wrapping their arms around each other and punching each other in the gut over and over again, and like there's not really a bunch of face blows. They're just slamming on each other's bodies, really.
Yeah. Slamming on each other's bodies. Sean _AFK 2022.
In the mud. The pouring rain. Gihan and Sangwoo were slamming on each other's bodies.
At one point, I believe Gihan gets stabbed through the hand with a knife.
Yes, that does happen.
As Sangwoo tries to bring the knife down upon him. Through his hand, and he bites his ankle at one point and spits out flesh, which is pretty gnarly.
Ugh.
And when I say I feel like this was cliche, I don't mean I think the fighting is actually well shot, and it's not. Yeah. It's more visceral than like a movie, but I just think the way it resolves is a little Hollywood. Okay. Don't you think? So the way it resolves is Gihan gets the upper hand and beats Sangwoo down until he's just laying there. He's given up basically, and Gihan goes and touches the squid's head, or he's going to touch Squid's head, and he stops, and he says, "If we both forfeit, the games don't have to happen. Let's forfeit. Sangwoo, forfeit with me." And Sangwoo says the quote that I said earlier, and stabs himself in the neck, kills himself. And then, Gihan's devastated and holds him in his arms, screaming, "No!"
Yeah,
I just
that's pretty Hollywood.
It's a little Hollywood.
It's a little Hollywood. What I like about it is the stuff around it with the fight, like we were talking about. I really like the idea of it. I think it's like 15 minutes in and it's over. And it's like an hour-long episode.
That I will say that part is not cliche. They get to it and it's done. It doesn't overstay its welcome. There's not a bunch of like build up towards it. It's just, hey, this is what's happening.
But you're right. They do kind of go for that cliche emotional beat, at the end of the fight. I would say. I did want to bring it back to the fight for a second, because I'm not done with my bit yet. I think at one point somebody was choking somebody. Right. I think somebody
there
was choking somebody
choking going on. Why
they were choking each other in the mud, slamming bodies.
Okay, you really trying to? Are you trying to say this was like a sexual innuendo for something?
I'm not saying that.
Do you think there's Sangwoo
You're
Gi-hun
saying
shippers out there?
I think 100% there are.
You think
don't?
they ship them? I
Dude,
just haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I gotta tell you, there's gotta be some enemies to lovers shit out there, dude. I'm telling you.
No, you know what? You're probably right.
I'm telling you. And all the fics culminate in the Squid Game when they're choking each other out in the mud.
And they're slamming each other in the mud.
And they're slamming
each other's
bodies.
Sorry, slamming each other's bodies.
Yeah.
One thing I did kind of gloss over or didn't say at all, but the VIPs are on hand watching through a window, and they do the thing where they go, "Oh, these dumb people don't know what the Squid Game is, so let the VIPs explain it in the most staggeringly boring fashion." Oh, so if he gets across the like the way they were doing it in the other, like trying to strategize about the glass bridge. And I just the hopefully if there is a season 2, these VIPs don't come back in this same way. It's my least favorite part of the show.
Oh yeah, in the same way. Maybe bring him back and kill them all.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I have
it
to
just
agree.
shows
Now
them
that
in a limo, and then the limo explodes.
Dude, and then it just fucking pans over to Gi-hun sitting in another car with like a detonator.
Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm into it.
You remember at the end of remember at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier when they're fucking taking the super soldiers away and the car blows up and it just pans over to Zemo's butler.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Good. Yeah, I forgot about that actually. That was
until we were talking about this.
That's funny. So anyway,
but yeah,
Gi-hun wins.
Suck.
They suck, yeah. Gi-hun wins despite his best efforts. And I believe the next scene is Gi-hun and the front man in the limousine. And Gi-hun's blindfolded and he's like asking the front man, why do you guys do this? And he relates it to horses at a racetrack, just like Gi-hun bets on the horses.
So, what do we think about Frontman by the end of this? Because I think, like this is kind of, he has one more scene after this, but this is really his last scene of Real Note is his conversation with Gi-hun.
I don't know. I think there's more to unpack with the second scene. Actually, I was thinking this as I watched it.
We'll save it.
Yeah,
we'll save it then.
I think when we get to it, remind me. And I had some thoughts on actually how he was shown last.
Okay.
So my question for you is actually, he puts on his frontman mask and then gasses Gi-hun when he's done talking to him. He tries to tell him it's only a dream. It's just a dream. Just go back to your normal life with all your money. That you think that mask has like filtration capabilities?
I'd believe that mask has filtration capabilities before I believed that the other masks had it.
I don't know, man. It just seems like kind of, to me, like it looks cool, but it just seems like kind of like a paper Party City mask.
Dude, maybe he has a resistance to the... I mean, look, they're gassing those people so many times.
You think Gi-hun would have resistance at this point, yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's only done it like 3 times. I'm saying, like, maybe Frontman's done it like 100, So
you think the Frontman just sits in his little bungalow watching his little toys dance and he's fucking gassing himself over and over? Is that what you're saying?
He might be.
He's like, that wasn't a strong enough dose. And he hits another one. That's crazy.
Are you implying that he's gotten to the point where it doesn't really affect him and he just gets high off of it?
Yeah, he's got to get a stronger dose every time, dude. That happens with anything.
That's what you're implying?
Yeah.
Is that? So he is... I don't know. I guess, he is living a very lavish life.
Yeah.
In that like apartment he's got up top with the alcohol and stuff. So I guess drugs wouldn't be that far of a step in that.
No, he definitely does lines of coke in between games.
You think so?
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm surprised they don't show it.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get some more insight now that we know what he looks like, you know?
That's true. They couldn't show him doing the copious amounts of cocaine that he does.
Yeah, if that thing has a filtration system, he can't do coke through it. Come on.
Yeah, and you can't show his face, but it's happening.
Yeah, definitely.
A fucking line. Do you think he ever invites any of the other...
Sean, no, we're moving on.
No, this is important. Do you think he ever invites any of the other, like, guards up, and it's a test if they take off their mask to
he just shoots them? That seems rude.
Yeah, but it's a test to make sure that they're, like, following the orders.
Oh, Jesus. I don't think he does that. I don't think he's a cruel person. No.
Okay. I mean, he does refer to the people as horses.
Well, it's interesting because he at one time was one of those horses, right? So
that's true. Trauma.
He must see himself above the game at this point.
Yeah, we'll talk more about him later. Anyways, we're done with the drugs bit.
So he throws Gihon out into the street, and he's got his new debit card with around $39 million on it.
Yeah, but we're kind of skimming over how he gives him the credit card, which I thought was they kind of just stick it in his mouth.
Yeah.
And he like coughs it up when he wakes up on the street.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And there's a guy like the typical end is near guy on the road saying, come to Jesus, he'll save you. And then he just
Pastor Zach was there. He caught
Pastor Zach. And he sees Gihon waking up and he's just like, what the hell? You know.
Dude, what if I came to the podcast this week and I was like, Mike, you're not going to fucking believe me, but that guy at the end of Squid Game, that was Pastor Zach. I know that face anywhere.
I'd say, you know, Sean, this is kind of a weird thing to bring up on the podcast considering no one knows who Pastor Zach is.
You're right.
Imagine someone that literally is just listening to us for the Squid Game and they're like, what is this Pastor Zach bit?
Do you think anybody does that?
I don't know, man. All right, if you didn't come from one of me or Sean's other podcasts, I want to hear from you.
I guess Pastor Zach would be specifically from your podcast.
Yeah, that's true. Send me an email at spqboys.
Have we ever gotten an email?
Yeah, remember we read one.
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Oh my God, Sean hates his fans. Anyway.
It's not that, I have a terrible memory. Anyways, hell of a way to give him a credit card.
He does the walk of shame and he walks by Sang-woo's mom's stall and, you know, she gives him some food like she always does. He tries to give her money. She turns it down. Oh wait, I missed the scene. He goes to the ATM and he puts the card in and it's got all this money on there and he pulls out 10,000 won and goes, holy shit, you know, he's got all this money.
But also, do you think when he's in gas, he's like, by the way, the pin is because the pin is 0456. It's his player number. Do you think they were like, the pin is your player number?
No, I think he just guessed.
So what if he didn't?
I think based on what we see later, they have ways of knowing if he does or not.
Like, hey, by the way, I don't know if you're like stupid, but this is the pin.
Yeah, I think maybe that might be what they thought.
That he didn't know the pin?
Yeah.
But he'd withdrawn some money.
Maybe they thought he didn't know the pin.
They're like, we kind of put him through a lot of stress. There could be a mental break there. He might not be able to figure out the pin. You told him it, right? Fucking front man's got one of the guards lined up. He's like, when you dropped him off, you told him the pin, right? And the guy's like, fuck. I didn't really want to wait around for him to wake up, you know? Like, I didn't know how long that was going to be. You know, you knocked him out before you told him. This is really on you. And then that guard's dead. Because, you don't talk like that.
No, you don't.
Anyways.
So he takes the walk of shame past Sang-woo's mother, who gives him some food, and he offers her money, and she doesn't take it. And she goes, I haven't seen your mother the last couple days. Also, have you seen Sang-woo? And he just kind of keeps walking because he doesn't want to talk about that shit. And he gets home, and he finds his mother dead on the floor. Because of course he does.
This is like the final straw, right? Or whatever.
Yeah, this is the I mean, the reason he did all this was to save his mother and pay for her medical bills. And he gets home to find that it was pretty much all for nothing. Everything he went through. What he tried to do. It's a really
sad show.
It is. And the soundtrack here is just as harrowing and sad, and He tries to do the thing where you try to wake someone up that's dead, but as you're watching, you're like, oh man, he's dead or she's dead. Stop trying to wake him up.
Yeah. Like Simba and the fucking Lion King.
Yeah. Simba and the Lion King is a good one.
Oh.
Definitely.
Like, never mind. No, I can't keep going down that road.
No, come on. Let me have it.
I was going to say Andrew Garfield in The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah, that's also...
Come on, Gwen.
That's also a good one, actually. Yeah. Eesh. Ugh. Actually, I forgot how, like, viscerally brutal that scene is.
Yeah, he sells that fucking scene.
Well, not even that, but just the way when he goes to catch her.
Oh, yeah.
And the noise it makes when he does catch her. Ooh.
Dude, we gotta save this for when, you do that Marvel podcast that I'm gonna be on, right?
Yeah, you're not gonna be on that. Anyway, it's 1 year later, and we see Gihon riding the train, and he's got a beard, facial hair, shaggier hair. He looks dirty. Worse than he was before he joined the game, the Squid Games, that is.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to town to meet with a banker who's like, hey, you haven't touched your account and we want to help you invest your money. And Gihon's and he said that they're starting this program for VIPs such as himself that have a lot of money. And Gihon interestingly says, hey, can you do me a different favor? Can you just lend me 10,000 won? And the guy's like, yeah, sure. And hands it to him. And he ends up on the beach drinking. And a woman comes by selling roses and says, please buy a flower. They're going to wilt if I don't sell them by today. And of course, he gives her some money and she leaves it. And there is a envelope on the rose. And he opens it up and it's a Squid Game card. Dun, dun, dun. But it's a golden one. A golden Squid Game card. And he turns it over.
It's a very interesting message.
And it says, meet at this place at this time on Christmas Eve. And says, signed your Ganbu.
Damn, we really fucked up not recording this last week, huh?
Yeah, it would have been on Christmas Eve, man.
I fucked up.
Dude, you ruined the whole podcast.
I ruined Christmas.
You ruined Christmas, Sean. And so Gihon's shocked seeing this, and there's only one person that can be his Ganbu, Sean.
Oh, the fucking twist. Whoa!
Whoa! It's Ilnam, the old man, number one.
That's
he was
crazy.
Behind it the whole time.
Who could have seen that? Okay, so when were you like, there's something weird about this dude?
About number one?
Yeah, in this show. Or were you, before the reveal, were you like, this dude's fucking, there's something off about him?
Okay, so here's the thing. I didn't think anything of it until they didn't show him die. For an episode 6, Ganbu, that was so quick to show us people getting shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it be in the foreground or the background, or to have the camera pan in that way and not show him death. It's a pretty it's the same reason people think that the hot cop's still alive, right? He is. I don't know, man. They didn't show him dead. They show him get shot. They didn't show him dead. This guy, they didn't even show get shot, right?
Yeah.
And so that's when I was kind of like, something's going on here.
I went down the right road, but came to the wrong conclusion. When he yelled for everybody to stop when everybody was killing each other, and I thought then that he was in charge, and I thought that the front man was his son.
Oh, because he did talk about his son quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. And so I thought that he was like. And I wasn't even sure that he was like, I think the theory I came to was that he was so far gone that he didn't remember that he started the game, and his son put him in there as like a last mercy.
Oh, wow. Okay.
As he would have wanted to play the game. This was my theory, I'm pretty sure, when I was watching. And so I thought that was his son, like, being like, I can't fucking stop this. That was my theory.
Interesting. I like that theory. I mean, it's wrong, but I like it.
Yeah. Right road, wrong conclusion.
Right. They play he goes into the building, and there's this empty office floor, and near the window is a hospital bed with the old man himself in it, hooked up to a bunch of stuff, and he's just kind of staring out the window while it's snowing. And Gihan is beside himself with anger. And he asks him to get some water, and he gets him some water, and he goes, "Who are you?" And in typical Ilnam fashion, he ignores him and says, "Hey, look, there's a homeless guy down there. No one's helping him. Let's play one more game. If no one helps this guy by midnight, I win. But if they help him, you win." And Gihan's enraged, and he grabs him and tries to choke him, and he says, "I could snap your neck right now." And he says, "Well, you could, but then you'll never know any of the answers. If you play this game with me, I'll tell you everything you want to know." So he backs off, and Ilnam starts to explain that he's incredibly rich. He lends people money, and he's incredibly rich. And so his life is boring, just like someone who doesn't have money. Their life's incredibly hard, is what he says. Which is such a... as someone who's on the closer to the side of doesn't have money, that seems like such a wrong thing to say.
Yeah.
Such a skewed way of viewing life. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. No,
I mean,
not going to
obviously,
be the
this guy's
asshole
making
that's
people
like,
kill each other for money. Like he obviously has a skewed way of looking at life.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Right. So that he got together with his friends, and they decided to make the Squid Game. And Gihan at one point asked him why he joined the game, and he said because he wanted to feel like a kid again, playing with his friends, and
it's more fun to play than to spectate.
Right. And he reminds Gihan that, hey, you had it at any point you had a couple times where you could have gotten out of this game. This isn't all on me. You know, everybody that was there agreed to be in the game.
So that brings me to one of my questions about the old man.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think he voted for people to leave the game?
So it wasn't on his conscience.
Yeah. Do you think he cares?
Yes. I actually, and that's one of the things that we've talked about quite a bit throughout these episodes is I don't think that fairness thing, I don't think that comes from the front man. I think that comes from Ilnam. I think that he wants it to be a fair game, because that if it's not a fair game, that people lose interest in betting on it. They lose interest in multiple things, right? Like you're not going to gamble on something that you know is rigged unless you think it's rigged in your favor, right? And so he wants to make sure everything is fair as possible, and so I think that comes from him.
Is breaking a tie in a certain direction fairness? Because it was tied, right? And then he came down to it and he put it one way.
But my point is, this way, if people want to go home, they can decide. And he knew a lot of them would come back.
And they would. Yeah, right. That's true.
Right. So if he voted yes, it would be on him for everybody to stay. But if he votes no, and then whoever comes back, on them. And that's one of those things why, like, I think that's really where a lot of people could start picking up on this twist, so to speak, is because that's what threw me off, because I thought for sure he was going to vote yes, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, he voted no? He was just saying he has nothing to live for. He's got a tumor, and I was like, I that's so weird. Wow, what a way to break that trope, but really, it makes a lot of sense.
It's setting, it's all set. Like, again, that episode 2, I think might be one of the most important episodes in the whole series.
Definitely, I agree. So anyway, I'm trying. Does he tell him anything else revolutionary? I don't think so.
I don't really think so. They just kind of have that. They play the game and they watch, and he's kind of taunting him the whole time.
Well, and as he tells him, like, hey, playing that game with you was the first time I felt like I did when I was a kid playing with my friends. And as he's saying this, his eyes start to roll back a little bit. But Gihan's not really super paying attention, because a man who stopped to help the homeless man earlier comes back with a police officer to help this homeless old man. So Gihan wins the bet, but when he looks over, Ilnam is flatlined.
Here is my question.
Okay.
Did Gihan win the bet? Well, okay, he won the bet. Did he win the game they were playing?
I mean, he didn't get the reward he wanted. He didn't get the
I think
revenge.
Yes. There's been discussion online since this episode ended that what he proves there in a way is that he isn't all that different from the old man and the VIPs, in that he could go down there and help that man.
Right.
He'd lose the bet, but he'd go down there and he'd help the person.
Right.
So while he wins the bet, like he wins the bet they made, do you think that's what Ilnam was trying to prove? Or do you think that Ilnam had that he was trying to prove that they're not so different?
I see, and I didn't get that from that, but you're saying that, and that makes sense to me. But also, I just think he just wanted, he wanted control in that situation till the end. You know what I mean? Like he's like, hey, I know what you want from me. You want to hear all this stuff, but if we're gonna do this, I want to. I think he just wanted to play another game. Now, did it prove? Is that what happened? Did he prove that they're similar after all? Maybe that's something that comes back later. Because as we find out at the end of this scene, after Gihan leaves, the front man was there watching the whole time.
Which was he just standing in a corner, just like, don't move, like he's just blending into the shadow like Batman. I
was just gonna say like Drax.
Oh,
he's like, I've perfected the art of standing completely still. To the regular eye, I'm invisible. Like
Gihan's on his way out, and he's like, right. I saw you there the whole time. I don't know what you were.
I'm assuming there were other rooms on this floor, and he was waiting in one. Yeah.
I kind of want to think he was just standing there very still, like they can't see me. Like that's. Yeah. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
Well, and he doesn't have his mask when we see him, but
that's true.
So the front man comes up and he does the thing where you close the eyes of the dead person, and he has a flashback to the old man before the VIPs arrive, telling him, you'll have to greet our guests. And he says, well, why don't you do it, sir? And he says, now that I've played, it's going to be no fun to watch the game. It's not going to be nearly as fun.
Is that what he said?
It's something along those lines.
So, okay, so on my second watch through, and I should have gone and wrote down exactly what he said, because I thought that I read something different in the subtitles this time. But I almost thought he said that it was going to be more fun to play than to watch. So I almost thought he was saying that at the beginning.
No,
the second time.
Well, no, because remember that one point they show us his
That's true.
His mask, and then in the flashback they show him putting the mask down.
That's true.
And he says, you'll have to greet our guests. And he goes, well, I think it happened right before the VIPs arrive. And then he says, hey, because the VIPs don't arrive till after the marbles.
No, like game. Yeah.
Right.
I got confused by it. I was like, did I read that right? And then I never went to check, which probably would have been the best thing to do.
It was what I said.
Okay.
Like, I just watched it.
Hey,
admittedly at 1.5 speed, but I just watched it. And I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Well, you know what, Mike? I'm going to fight you on that. Even though it seems like you're right, I'm going to be stubborn. I think I'm right.
I don't think what you described makes a whole lot of sense, but sure, yeah, okay.
Who needs sense? It's the Squid Game.
But what I was going to say, because we were talking about the front man, he kind of does this like stare out the window thing after that flashback.
Yeah.
And to me, I feel like that's foreshadowing him competing again in the game.
Oh.
And that's on the second watch. And now that I'm saying it, I'm thinking about it and I'm like, well, wait, he already played before. But I don't know, just the look on his face, like is there's something more to that flashback and that what happened there, in my opinion.
I think there's definitely more to the front man. Like, he's the character that I came out of this that I kind of want to know the most about.
Mm-hmm. He's
going
very
into like a second season. I never read it like that, but I think it would be an interesting direction to take his storyline in.
I agree. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do the second season, but I'm interested to see what they do with that character. If the sexy cop man comes back, which he won't, And obviously,
you don't know that.
He'll be a ghost. He'll definitely be there as a ghost.
Oh yeah, that's what you were talking about. I think that's better.
Like Frontman will like look in the mirror, and then like Green Goblin style, it'll be his brother.
You're weak.
You're weak. Hopefully they cast William Dafoe as the brother in the second season. It'll be good.
They recast?
Yeah, they recast him.
I mean, what else is extremely talented actor Willem Dafoe doing?
Willem Dafoe, more like Willem DeFriend, am I right? Anyway,
yeah, let's move on from that one.
So Gihan goes to get his haircut, and I know in the dub they give her like this New York accent. The lady cutting
it's
the
awful.
hair, and it's terrible. I was just like, why did they do this? But he gets his haircut, and he gets his hair dyed the ugliest, brightest color red I've ever seen. It's not just red. It looks like as he's walking out of the barbershop, it looks CG. That's how red it is.
I liked it more this time. The first time I watched it, I was like, that it looks terrible. I kind of dug it this time.
Oh yeah, you gonna get it done?
Nah, I've already got the red hair. I don't need
but
it.
not like that.
I don't need that.
I think you should do it for our 100th episode.
For the 100th... You really think this show is going to go far, huh?
Hey, man, I'm ready for Squid Game Season 9, dude. Here we go.
Dude, that's going to be a crazy season.
Yeah, it
is. That's when it turns out that the fucking sexy cop man ghost was never a ghost.
He was real the whole time, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when they find Carol's daughter in the barn, and she's a zombie. Anyway.
That's when the last episode ends with one of the contestants turning to dust and revealing that it's been said in the MCU the whole time.
Yeah, there we go. Love it. So anyway, he goes and he meets up with Sybiuk's little brother at the children's home, and he decides to take him from there. And there's a little bit of a heartbreaking moment when he says, "Hey, do you know where my sister is?" And he has to just be like, "Oh."
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, just come with me. Don't ask questions. And he brings the little boy whose name is escaping me right now, and it's not in any notes I have because I don't have any notes. And he brings him to Sang-woo's mom. And I don't know if he's like tricking Sang-woo's mom into like watching him.
I don't think so.
Because she's like, have fun on your trip, meaning like he's going to come back for him. But I don't
Maybe
think
that's it. Yeah.
I feel like he's tricking her.
He's like, you just have to watch him for a couple days.
I think so.
Just kidding.
Because
he has a ton of money.
In the subtitles, it says something like, oh, it'll just be another spoon at my table for a little bit. Not a big deal or something like that. And to me, it's the vibe like he's like, hey, can you just watch him while I go to America? I feel like what he does is he gives her a suitcase, and she's assuming that it's the little boy's, and she goes to open it up to see if he has something warmer to wear, and it's full of, in the note, as the note says, Sang-woo's money he owes Sang-woo, which I'm assuming is half of what he made. Is that a fair assumption?
You think that's half?
I don't know. It looks like a lot of fucking money.
Yeah, but it's only a suitcase.
It's not just a that's not just a suitcase. That's like a
but I feel like the amount he won is like multiple suitcases.
Yeah, maybe
like 10.
Maybe. But anyway, he's gone by the time she realizes what's going on. So I think he was just trying to leave this kid with her and bail.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
He's like killing two birds with one stone.
He's like, look, she really needs somebody to mother, I think. She's kind of wanted that from Sang-woo, but Sang-woo's been gone and is now gone forever. And she wants somebody to mother, and he needs somebody to mother him.
Listen, I'm not saying it doesn't work out, but it seems kind of shitty.
No, you're entirely right. But I that's probably his line of thought. And I'm sure in the moment she's like, God damn. He fucking played me.
Yeah, I mean, she's got a shit ton of money now. She should be fine with it.
Yeah.
So he heads to the airport because he's going to Los Angeles to visit his daughter, who, as we were told earlier in the show, that was going to happen. And as he's going to get on like the I'm assuming this train goes right into the airport because it seems like to be an airport style area. He hears the noise of the whatever that game's called.
The slapping game.
The slapping game where they slap the bags down on the ground. The slapper game.
Yeah.
And he sees
slapping faces
across the subway. His friend, who he made before, playing this game with some other poor soul, and he makes eye contact with him, and he decides he leaves his bags. Which, for one, like if he's really in the airport, like that's a terrible idea. You can't leave your bag in an airport unattended.
No,
they're gonna think it's a bomb.
Yeah, you're not. Yeah, and this is this actor is Gong Yu from Train to Busan is I think what everybody knows him from, but he's a pretty famous Korean actor.
I read that it was like they put him in as like a cameo because he's such a well-known actor, basically.
Yeah.
So he gets across there, and by the time he does, the guy's on the train out of there because he knew what was happening, and he walks up to the guy down on his luck who has the card, and he takes it from him, and he goes, "Hey,
no,
give me that card back," and he pins him up against the wall, and he says, "No, you don't go." And we cut to the actual airport where he's looking at the card and pondering, and he goes to get on his flight. And as he's on his way onto the plane, he calls the number, and he says his name, and a different voice comes on the line and says, "Player 456, don't get any crazy ideas." And he basically does like a Liam Neeson style speech where he's like, "I'm gonna figure out who you people are and why you think you can do this to people." And the guy goes, "Just get on the plane," which is like, they know he's about to get on a plane. Yeah. And he hangs up the phone and turns around and walks towards the camera, and that is the end of the show as we know it.
Does that seem a little out of place with the rest of the show? Just the tone of that scene? Because you're right, it does seem kind of Liam Neeson, like, Taken-y.
I think there's a lot of... I've read a lot of people being down on this episode. Like, really? A lot of people weren't... I've read a lot of people not being happy with the ending. They don't like this. They didn't like the actual Squid Game.
I think people also said they wanted more answers about the organization, right?
Right. And so I think this is where you have to go if you're doing a second season. I think if he, to me, getting on the plane is a good ending to this show if it's a one season, one and done thing, right?
Yeah,
Because maybe he makes the call and then he changes his mind and gets on the plane, right? Or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is definitely leaving it open to more, right?
Yeah, and I guess I don't mean the actions that happen don't fit the tone. I just mean like the way it actually plays, like the execution of it feels very like action movie Bruce Willis, Liam Neeson. Like that doesn't feel super in line with where I don't know what would have felt more in line with the rest of the show. But it's like about to get on. Oh, I do the phone call and, oh man, oh, I'm talking to the guy. Get on the plane and then walk towards the camera. Like I don't know. It seems kind of action movie badass in the way that it's executed in a way that doesn't seem to line up with the rest of the show. Yeah, I like it.
I guess I don't know how else you would do that scene.
Yeah, I'm not really sure either.
Because the idea is that he's going to, I'm assuming the idea is for season 2, he's going to kind of try and take down the organization, right? And so I think you need to kind of put a little badass in him in order to get that there. Because if he just kind of like walked away sheepishly, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? He's got to have that determination. He's got to.
So this is just me coming up with this like in a couple seconds. So whatever. But I think cutting out I think the phone call is what puts it over the top. I think if you instead have him, maybe he's going to board the plane and he sees somebody that reminds him of somebody in the game, and he starts to look around and just something more like a little more focused on his own trauma and less on a badass like moment of I'm gonna stick it to you and here I come. Like, do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I don't think it's bad.
No, I don't think it's bad. I just think it feels a little weird.
You know what theory I don't like though, that people bring up all the time. Well, if you would have got on the plane, it would have exploded.
What?
Have you not heard this? This
What?
is such a common thing people are saying, is that he knew that if he got on the plane, it would explode because that's why they were telling him to get on the plane.
Where in any
I know.
What would ever indicate anything like that would ever happen? Like that's the fucking. I was saying that this feels a little weird to watch. That would be like bad. Like that would be beyond a little weird. That would be completely out of touch with the rest of the series.
Right. Like this corporation has like ties into police or something, which maybe we find out they do, or ties into more than just what they are.
Roll up an entire plane?
Yeah. The
to
plane
take
blew
out
up.
one guy?
Yeah. One
That
dangerous guy, Sean.
But
He's dangerous.
Is he really that dangerous?
We're gonna find out.
I guess we're gonna find out in season 2.
Did you hear the creator was talking about season 3 already?
I saw the headline. I never clicked on the article, so I don't know the exacts
I think
about
he was
it.
basically just saying that he has ideas for 2 and 3 now.
I'm sure, I honestly, it doesn't surprise me if you look at the journey of how this got made, where like it was such an endeavor that once it succeeds, he's kind of like, well, I haven't let myself think about, because like it's been such a struggle to get this one made. I haven't let myself think past that because I just focused so hard on this one thing. Mm-hmm. So I wouldn't be surprised if like now that he's got that, he's like fucking this and this. And like now that he's realized I can do this, I could do more of this. Like this story can continue. I wouldn't be surprised because he's clearly a very, very creative man and a very, very talented man. And so I would not be surprised if he has plans for, like, he starts with season 1 or season 2, and then he's like, oh, and then this would lead into this, and that would, and then we go to here, and then,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I'm all for it, man.
I think I will hold. I don't know if I'm all for it. I want to see season 2. I think this could very easily become a thing where it did so well that, and it gets pushed for so much that I'm not saying like he's going to do a bad job with it, but that I could see outside like executive forces pushing for it so hard and trying to get it done in a very quick manner that it could kind of blow up a little bit.
In my opinion, I think this is going to be Walking Dead like, where we're going to watch
season gets worse and worse.
Well, we're going to watch a couple more seasons and still be into it. Well, I don't know. Season 2, The Walking Dead's pretty bad. But we're going to watch some seasons and be into it, and we're going to feel so invested that like we have to continue to stay into it. And eventually we're just going to go, I don't care anymore.
Well, you won't have to worry about that because the way Netflix operates, they don't. They keep shows based on how many new subscribers it gets. So once you're on like season 3 or 4, you're not bringing in new subscribers anymore. That's why a lot of shows that are very popular get canceled very early on Netflix.
Well, here's the thing though. The Walking Dead was still like doing gangbusters 2 years ago, right?
Yeah, but Walking Dead isn't like. Well, AMC has a different metric for their shows than Netflix.
Dude, people were like. Maybe not as hype as it was in the first couple seasons, but there's still people that like religiously watch The Walking Dead every Sunday when it would come out.
I have friends that watch it. That's nuts. But I guess what I'm saying is that like Netflix doesn't operate based on viewership. It's based off new subscribers. So it doesn't matter if everybody's fucking loving Squid Game and that number is huge and awesome. If it's not continuing to rise, it doesn't. That's not really how they.
I think to a certain point you're right, but I don't think they. If a show is being watched by people that are subscribed to their thing, they're not just going to stop making the show.
You'd be surprised.
I know. Netflix, it just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But I know that is how they. That's how they measure like a lot of shows that a lot of people really, really love and do really well and are very high in their viewing metrics get canceled after like 3 or 4 seasons because they have all the subscribers they're going to get from that. And it's not going to keep going up.
I don't know if that's
it doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
I think to a certain extent you're right, but I think I think you're thinking the metrics on the viewership stuff isn't as high. It's higher than it is. Like that, there's no way they're like, hey, the people that have our service really like this, we're getting rid of it. Like, maybe there's a smaller group that really likes it. You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah. I would be surprised if this went for a long time.
Anyway, thank you for listening to Netflix Pro Quo.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't think of anything better.
Nuanced Netflix. I got nothing.
This is our new podcast, Netflix Fun Time, aka NFT. Thank you for watching.
Next, we're covering Midnight Mass. Just kidding.
Nope, never.
It's so good. It's
so Sean,
so
what's
good.
your strategy for the Squid Game, dude?
What's my strategy for the Squid Game? I mean, it sounds like I don't really need to play it. It sounds like I just got to kill the other person. Yeah. And we've talked about that. I'd lose this game. I'm not good at physical sports.
Sean, when we actually meet in real life, can we play the Squid Game? You and me?
We can absolutely play the Squid Game.
I think I'll destroy you.
I think you will too, but I think it has to happen.
I think it has to happen.
I think it's been fated.
I think we have to compete
prophecies.
in every Squid game.
That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
Tug
I think
of war.
Definitely the Squid Game, and maybe the easy ones. We'll do like Squid Game. We could do. I'm thinking we could do every single one except for the the glass one.
No, we just that one's gonna be hard to do. We just put glass tiles on monkey bars, Sean.
But we could definitely do the other ones.
Yeah, we're doing the glass one. You're right. We should
when we shoot the Dark Road music video.
How dare you bring that up on this podcast? How dare you? How dare you? My strategy is as you're right. You can definitely just kill the. I just kill the person. You just fucking kill them. Like, that's my strategy.
Do you even go across the Inspector Royale, or do you just
I pick defense first, and I grab the person hopping on one foot, and I just beat the living shit out of them.
You pull them into the fucking circle, and you just triangle, and you just.
I put them in a Kimura, MMA style, and break their shoulder, and then I just beat the living shit out of them. Unless they're bigger than me, then I'm gonna die. That's my strategy.
Maybe. I like how we've gotten to the point on the podcast where when it comes down to like, would you kill another person? Now you're just like, yeah, I'd fucking do it.
Hey, if it's 1v1 Squid Game and it's for all the marbles, dude, I gotta do it.
No, marbles was the last game.
You know what I'd do?
Or 2 games ago.
I'd grab their head and I'd bite their nose off.
Oh.
And I'd spit it in front of them.
Would you do that?
And then if they still want to fight me, Sean,
I don't want to play this game with you anymore.
If they still want to fight me, then I'm gonna lose. So
I don't want to play this game with you anymore. Actually,
someone bites your nose off and you still want to fight? I don't want to fight anymore. You bit my nose off. What an asshole move! You're a psychopath. Don't fight me.
What's the joke I saw somebody say where they were like, if you're about to fight somebody and they start to like pray, fucking get out of there. They just as they're like walking towards you, they just like start to
Dear
pray.
Lord, please forgive me for what I'm about to do.
Exactly.
Like, no.
Never mind. I don't want to do this anymore.
No. Hey, sorry that you spilled the beer on my girlfriend, dude. I'm gonna go. Like, no.
Especially if they start to pray in like Latin.
Yeah. In a language you don't understand. Yeah, then I'm out. Oh, dude, that's a good tactic. Actually, I should learn a prayer
some
in
Latin.
another language, just so if I get in a bar fight, I just start doing that, and then they're like, "What the fuck? Yo,
you
get
just
outta
go
here."
blank. You just go blank with your eyes, and you kind of let your arms hang loose. You just walk towards them slowly, saying like a fucking old prayer.
Yeah, speaking in tongues and shit.
That would be my strategy. As I'm kind of hopping around, I just kind of start to say an old prayer in a weird language. Honestly, and hope the other guy gives
strategy is so good. The throwing the dust in the eyes, dude.
That's the smartest play.
Someone didn't even see it coming, dude.
I mean, who would?
That's true. I mean, literally, they wouldn't be able to see afterwards.
Yeah, but like to see it coming, like it would be before it's in there. you know.
Yes.
Like Gion went down and got, then he went, he will never see me coming.
Nice. Mandarin reference. Love it.
Yeah.
Who's the MVP of this episode, Sean?
Gion, right? I mean,
I don't know. I think the guy who stopped to check on the homeless guy, and then when he tipped over, he went and got the police.
You're right. You're right.
You know what? Gion did save that guy.
You're right. So, do you think he lost the moral game there?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's dumb for not using the money in the first. Just fucking use the money.
Yeah. You don't think you'd have the hang up?
Like, well, it's okay. I get having the hang up, the guilt, but it's like you not using the money isn't gonna make it any better.
That's true. It's not gonna make those people come back.
No.
See, my thing is, I feel like I'd track down as many people as I could and give them shares of the money, as many families.
Yeah, I don't know though, but then you're like, okay, I don't really care about Doc Sue's family, right?
I guess that's true.
I don't really care about. I mean, I'd find Ali's family.
Oh yeah, but I think they're probably already gone. I guess.
Yeah,
because he sent them to the airport, right? When he went back.
Yeah, the money he took from his boss after he crushed his hand in the machinery, he gave it to his wife and said, "Just take our son and go."
That's something that I kind of. It might have been a bridge too far, but I think I kind of would have liked to see more of the reactions of people who
You
lost.
want to see his wife's reaction?
I think it would have.
Finding out that he's dead? Sean, you psychopath. Why would you want to see that?
I think it would have been impactful. I think it would have hammered it all home.
And I'm the weird one for wanting to bite someone's nose off.
I never said you were weird for that.
You said you didn't want to play this game with me anymore, meaning you were uncomfortable, meaning I'm weird.
No, meaning that I think you're going to fucking kill me.
No, I wouldn't kill you.
Or that I don't want to lose my nose.
I mean, I wouldn't kill anybody, not just you.
What if I called you a casual?
No, that's fine. I am a casual.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, you saw the little. I mean, you didn't really see the little boy react, but you saw Gihun's face when he asked about.
That's true.
Saibyuk.
I guess I just was kind of like, what happens to the rest of these people's families?
They move on, Sean. Life finds a way.
I guess you're right.
So I'm thinking for next episode, which is going to be the last one of our inaugural season of this show, and maybe the last one ever if they never make season 2.
I'm gonna cry.
Don't cry, Sean. You haven't seen how Ali's family reacted to his death yet.
Season 2, baby.
We're gonna talk about kind of some foreshadowing stuff that we kind of skipped over in each episode to not spoil anything for everybody. And we're going to talk about what we think maybe I want to throw out some theories for season 2, Sean.
I would love to do that as well.
Okay.
And also, all the things that's happened in the Discord that we didn't talk about this week, we will talk about next week, and anything else that gets brought up. So,
and I also, if you guys want, please post your season 2 theories in the Discord.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about them as well for our season finale.
I was also going to say, if you guys want to give like your short, kind of like, this is what I thought of the season overall.
Yeah.
We read a couple of those.
We'll also do that too next episode. We're going to do a lot. It's going to be a long episode.
It's going to be a long episode, and it'll be the last time that Mike and I ever talk to each other, so.
Yeah, we're going to be like Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. We're going to break our partnership, and you're just going to say, have a nice life, and then you're never going to talk to me again.
I'm going to walk off into the sunset.
Did you know that happened?
I did not.
I just read that today.
That's crazy.
Will Ferrell was mad because he wanted to play Jerry Buss in the Lakers documentary thing that Adam McKay was making, and he cast John C. Reilly instead. And then Will Ferrell was like, our partnership's done.
That's really sad.
Yeah,
I know.
Adam
McKay.
It made me really sad. And the only reason it came up is because people are talking about that. What's the movie he did on Netflix?
Don't Look Up.
Yeah, people are talking about that, and then I was like, wow, I didn't know their partnership was done. That's sad. Anyway, that's what's going to happen next week. Hope you guys look forward to it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Adam McKay and Will Ferrell's beef.
We're going to break up in the same way.
Oh yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, Sean, anything else about this last?
You're gonna cast Tyler in the Marvel podcast.
Yep, that's what it's gonna be. That's it. You nailed it. Anything else you want to say about this episode before we end the podcast?
No, I think I am ready to end.
I am also
I'm ready to terminate the
end
podcast.
This episode.
That's what it is.
Yes, terminate it. Okay,
Bye,
cool.
guys.
Bye. Why
We
was
never
that
really came
ending
up
so
with a good way.
awkward?
Oh wait, we never plugged our stuff.
Oh yeah. Hey, my name is Michael SpikeGhetti, and you can find me on Twitter at SpikeGhetti Bros, or on Twitch at twitch.tv/Super SpikeGhetti Bros, or you can email me at spqboiz@gmail.com. It's my I got rid of all my other emails. That's my only email now.
You guys can follow me on Twitter at Sean_AFK. Everything that I do is on there. So yeah, just go there.
Boring. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. We're ending this episode now. We will see you next week. Put your stuff in the Discord so we can talk about it.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.